Hello, gorgeous ladies. I did think it was about time that we tackled shoes again. And I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a shoe fan. I like a bit of variety in my shoes because I just feel like it, you know, dresses up an outfit a little bit more, changes things up, makes something maybe a little bit more casual or a little bit more dressed up. So, yeah, I've got a few shoes. I wouldn't say that I'm a huge shoe hoarder, but I've got a good collection of interesting and also some very classic shoes as well. So anyway, I thought it was about time we revisited another shoe brand. And this week it is Midas. Now, Midas was actually established back in 1976 and it was originally called Snob with a double B. And as you can imagine, that name was a little bit short-lived and they changed the name to Midas. So where all things turn to gold. Now, if I was to describe the overall vibe of Midas, I would say that their European styling is about taking a classic shoe and giving it a little bit of finesse and a twist. And you'll see what I mean by that when I show you some of my favourites. They often introduce some like cracked metallics, for example, on their boots, or the laser cut or detail in their shoes are just a little bit more interesting than perhaps you find with other shoe brands. So if we talk about style personality, this might be a little bit surprising for you, but the reason that you'll find that it is natural is because their shoes are really comfortable. Beautiful, soft leathers. So it's those European made styling that the leather is really soft and comfortable. So that's why I think it's always great for a natural. And even though they've got a little bit of a twist with what they do with the shoe, where that's where the creativity and the rebellious comes in, it's still got that sort of effortless laid back. And they also do a lot of I guess those neutral colours as well with a slight edge to it as well. Okay. If we look at colour palette, I would say overall it's quite neutral. So a lot of your tans, your blacks, beiges, some navies, greys and things like that. And what you'll see is they do those seasonal pops of colour. So if it's a real metallic season, they'll bring in quite a bit of that. And you'll see for this season, they've got some really bold pinks and oranges and things like that coming through too. So they do follow those seasonal trends coming through. When it comes to body shape, they're shoes, darling. So they will work for every body shape. So it's really more about your style personality here and also your comfort level in terms of heel height and the overall look that you're going for too. When it comes to sizing, it ranges from an Australian 4.5, which is a European 35, up to an Australian 11.5, so a European 42. Price points, you're looking at flats starting from $128. You're looking at sandals starting from $128, heels starting from $128, and boots from $168. Delivery is free in Australia and usually takes about 3 to 4 days to arrive on your doorstep. It is $15 delivery from New Zealand and they do have a 30-day return period. Midas standalone stores or concessions within David Jones can be found throughout Queensland, so Brisbane, Gold Coast, Toowoomba. And they can also be found in Sydney, Canberra, Hobart, Melbourne, and also Adelaide and Perth too. So if you want to find out more brands that are going to be perfect for you based on your colour palette, style personality, body shape and dress code, I'd love you to pop over to 35plusweartoshop.com where you can download our free retail guide, which categorises 90 retailers by those factors. Or I'd also ask you then to pop over to our free Facebook group, 35 Plus Wear to Shop, where we have nearly 1,000 women in there helping each other find the perfect piece for them. So let's dive in and check out some of my favourites. So first up, we've got the Guige, and I'm going to call it the Guige because I don't know how else you really pronounce this. So if I'm incorrect, please let me know. And this is a fantastic, slightly pointed loafer. So it's a flat shoe with a tiny, tiny little bit of a heel that is in a pink multi-python. So for any of you who are a little bit rebellious and creative, you will love something that's got that sort of animal-inspired look to it. And these are great for, I would say, a warm and muted, but again, remembering anything that's not bust from the bust up will not impact on your face. So this is actually quite a neutral shoe because it has so many different colours in it. So be right at home with, you know, a black pant, a navy pant, into your beiges and stones or khakis as well. It might be a little bit tricky to do with a cool grey, but with a warm grey, it'd be fantastic. And as you can see, it does come in also your black, your tan, a red, and also a lemon leather as well. This is one of those staple flat shoes that, you know, you can race around all day in, but still looks really great and professional if you have to wear something that's a little bit more corporate, but is also quite at home with more of that sort of smart casual look, or casual to smart casual look as well. So a bit of a fan, in particular, of the snake print style. Next up, we're just having a little bit of delay with our internet today, is the Niara pink leather sandal. And again, this one's a flat sandal as well, and it is in that very pale pink blush colour. And what I like about this is it's almost like a mini gladiator shoe. So, you know, we've got that tie up at the front, but it's not all the way up the ankle or the calf. So it's much more leg lengthening and a little bit more subtle as well, being in this sort of blush tone. The thing to remember here is about your contrast levels. So you want to make sure that it's the right level of contrast for you, whether that's medium, low or high. Now, the majority of people are looking at sort of medium contrast. So this pale pink might be too light for some. So just, I always say, try and find, when you're trying shoes on, look at what it looks like with a bare leg. I know a lot of people, you know, will wear sandals with sort of more of a draped pant or a capri or something like that, but just pull it up a little bit just to see how that works for you. I do find these pinker tones tend to work better for those with a cool undertone. For anyone who has a cool colour palette, this tends to work better for. Next up, we have a tan number, and this is the Mondo Tan Leather Wedge. And this is a game where we're sort of coming into that idea of things being a little bit rebellious. So, you know, if you think about an espadrille or a wedge, you usually think it's probably a little bit more natural, classic, maybe a little bit elegant or feminine, and a little bit creative. But you can see from the gold studding on the double strap around the ankle and then just up on the back detail as well, it just gives it a little bit more of an edgy appearance. So that's where that little bit of rebellious comes through. And this is what I love about Midas. They take, you know, your classic espadrille and they ramp it up a bit with some metal studding just to make it a little bit different. So that also comes in black too. Next up, this is a shoe that I quite like, and this is the Berry Fuchsia Suede. And you can see it's these bright pops of colour. So it's a take on a classic, you know, pump. The heel isn't too high. I think it's probably about a 3 to 4 centimetre heel height here. Oh, sorry, no, I lie. It is an 8 centimetre heel height, so it is a little bit on the higher side. Thought it was a little bit lower than what it was. However, they're doing these bold pinks here. So you can totally get it in your black and lemon colour and also in your blush beige colour as well. But if you want something that's got that little bit of pop, which we're seeing a lot happening at the moment and then coming into our autumn winter season as well, love this. And also having that suede detail just tones it down a little bit as well and adds that little bit of extra interest and texture too. So awesome pair of shoes. I might have to restrain myself from getting these. And last but not least, we've got the Beckley black leather heel. And this is also a little bit of a twist on a classic pump. So first of all, it's a sling back, but then we've got this beautiful laser cut throughout, and it's got that real triangle detail around the vamp of the foot. And when we say the vamp, it's just at the front where, you know, the toes slip in there. So it's got that beautiful zigzag trim around there, and that creates, again, something that's a little bit more creative and rebellious here as well. So we can see that that's in our red, our tan, our yellow, and also our blush beige too. There's something that's just that little bit of a twist and something different. So if you are creative and rebellious and also natural, I think you'll find some really great options at Midas. They are also really well known for their boots and super, super comfortable. So I would check out their boots too. I know it feels a little bit hot at the moment about thinking about boots. However, you know, March, April will be on us in no time. So just, you know, think about this one when you're thinking about getting a pair of boots. So they are just a few of my favourites. So thanks for joining me for this week's retail review. I hope that you have had a little bit of inspiration from Midas in terms of maybe doing a little bit of shoe shopping. And if you want to find out more brands that are going to be perfect for you, then pop on over to 35pluswheretosshop.com, where you can download our free retail guide. And there you'll be able to find, you know, other shoe brands that might be right for you based on your style, personality, colour palette, not so much your body shape you need to worry about, but also dress code too. And we would love you to join our free Facebook group, 35 Plus Photoshop, because we want to help you find the perfect pieces for you. See you next week for episode 31. Take care. Bye.